3, 2, 1. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to IdiOtBlog 279. What's up, guys? Happy Thanksgiving to BandLabbers, YouTubers, anybody in my world that gets my social media platforms and checks out this video. Hope you're having a happy Thanksgiving 2019 and beyond. I love you all very much. I am thankful that you and I have crossed paths and we have come into each other's lives. A for music, B for friendship, C for just passing time and camaraderie. You are listening to the music of IdiOtBuRNs. Me, Christopher James Burns. Bumping my equipment. This song is called Turkey Chaos. It's kind of made as a beat for everybody to enjoy with a little bit of a holiday feel, a little bit of my standard beat style, in a holiday little twist. I made it last night, 2 to 3 in the morning, and posted it up for you guys with a nice image I'd used earlier in the day. You know, this is my Thanksgiving thank you song to BandLab, the app, the developers, and the users. Users are the most important part. Developers are users. They're great people. I've had some good little discussions with them, and you know what? These little changes that happen that affect us, and these little glitches, they're doing their best. They really are. They're doing their best. That being said, taking my check mark has nothing to do with doing their best. It bugs the hell out of me. It bugged me when I was banned, but that's what bugged the hell out of me. I don't really understand it. It really is super hurtful. It's hateful, in my opinion. It's a hate type act. I mean, I was angry, but I was not hateful in my mannerisms. I was irritated. I thought that there was some kind of miscommunication or misunderstanding or lack of proper touch. I am not a businessman. I'm not running a business. I'm not making money on this. They've said before this is not money for, even when I said it's great to make music and my money, they're like, this is not making money, this is a reward. So, that being said, it's just like winning any contest, right? Just like winning a radio contest. There should be no obligation to my performance and my ways of acting. That's just my opinion. Now, it's a social media app. I'm on a tirade on a day when I should be thankful. So let me get back to it. Let me just talk about how important it is to have this app for musicians. For musicians who thought maybe their instruments were done, their instruments were collecting dust, their musical ideas and their ways of creating music was collecting dust and growing stale and stagnant. And this interaction with others and their music gives us the ability to breathe life back into those ideas and to bring those ideas out in a way that people can be receptive, and it can help push you to create more of those things that you know you can, that were in you all the time. You know what I'm talking about. Pure chaos. Turkey Chaos. That's the name of the track. Next track is called Weekend at Jeffries. It's the track where it was Matt Dunlap posted a drum track called Straighten These Stripes, and named after a painting by an astronaut. I'm not going to go hunting for that information. Let me see if I can find it, though. Neil Allen, sorry. I saw the word Allen with the Bean kind of mixed together. Alan Bean, astronaut, was a painter, and it's one of his paintings is Straighten the Stripes. And so that track, I changed the name of it to Weekend at Jeffries. And what it was is Matt Dunlap's drums and Andy Guitar Pants guitar, and I decided to throw bass on it. Now, I did not learn the riffs like perfectly. I kind of played what musically fit and I liked, and felt would draw the listener in and keep the listener's head in, but not necessarily like the most perfect note for note kind of riffage. Sorry guys, I'm not always that kind of bassist. It has kept me from some cool bands though. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's played by finger. No, it might be some pick on this one, but I've been trying to play a lot more. Oh, that was my ending of my pre-recorded section right here on this GarageBand app, which filters the noises you're hearing. It finished recording. I mentioned it before. The first 6 minutes or so, and then I take a chunk of that and use that for the preview or teaser, or whatever you call it. Here you go, key change. Weekend at Jeffries. Now, I named it Weekend at Jeffries after Jeffrey Epstein. And, you know, that dead guy that they're touting around like he's still alive. You know, that one. You know that one. No, he's not alive. They're not touting him around like he's alive, but you know what I'm talking about. Remember that movie, Weekend at Bernie's? There's the two kids, and they get to their rich uncle's house, and he, like, dies, but they don't want the party to stop, so they, like, tout his dead body around. Fucking crazy, morbid, but funny as fuck. Early 90s film. Silverman. Jonathan Silverman. And Karate Kid, if I'm not mistaken. Rob Macchio. I'm thinking that's who's in the movie, but I could be wrong. The guy from Gremlins? The guy from Gremlins. And Jonathan Silverstein. Dude, you guys are gonna have to look that up. That's from freaking that's my 90s memory, you guys. I'm accessing my 90s Weekend at Bernie's and Weekend at Bernie's 2 memories. Weekend at Jeffries. I saw the meme and I couldn't resist naming a track that, and I've been waiting for something metal and kind of mysterious and kind of cool. And this is the dark track that took the story Weekend at Bernie's to ya. Weekend at Jeffries style. Imagine if they did that. They got caught. The government touting some guy around. Deep fakes coming to you soon. Well, right now I got 2 kids on devices. One of them is eating the hell out of a bunch of salami. The other one is so head in she doesn't even know the rest of the world even exists. If there was a fire in the house, she'd just be engulfed in flames. That's the scariest part about those freaking iPads. Kids just aren't even in the game. Oh, Screamer Bob made a comment on this. I love those 12AX7s. This is a song that was called Shuffle These Blues, and I changed the name to Shuffle These Tubes and put a tube image on there. An image of a bunch of guitar tubes. If people don't know what guitar tubes exactly are, is back in the day, guitar amps, transistors didn't exist. Silicone transistors didn't exist to amplify the noise. So they used a vacuum spaced mica filter setup thing. And I recently showed one on my show, but I'll show you another one. Looking around, see where there is one. Here we go. Really quickly, I'll show you this. Then we'll move on to a new subject. But here, these pins, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 2 grounds, and in out and in out. It's 2 amplifiers. That's all it is. The in out, and then a bias in. Hard to explain exactly how a transistor works, and that's not what I'm trying to do, but let me do it in a basic way. You have a voltage, it's a bunch of power. This bunch of power goes to like a tube to a speaker, and it makes the speaker just pop forward once, and that's it. Now if you make the power go like this in a shape, it'll make the speaker go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And that's how you get sound. If you send a little tiny signal like this, it goes it just moves a little bit. Send a signal like this and it moves more. If you only have this much coming out of your iPad and you plug it right into your speaker, it's gonna go, you barely hear it. So what do? You amplify it. You use transistors or a tube to amplify it in the circuit. What happens is you take this much power, it's just coming in, and it comes into the transistor, but it has no form. So if you were to just take the transistor with no signal, you get nothing. A bunch of power ready, but no movement. And the speaker just turns on, and nothing. But if you take a little signal into the transistor, it makes this big signal move the way that little signal is. It kind of reads it. The transistor takes this little thing and kind of reads it and moves this whole signal and jiggles the whole signal the same way, but with much more power. Tubes and transistors do that. They're the 3-prong device. Everything else is 2-prong. A capacitor, a resistor, or a diode, or an inductor. So those 4 components. And then those 4 components arranged in a certain way create a transistor. Now there are other little nuances like Zener diodes and things like that, but long story short, transistors, diodes, resistors, and capacitors are the 4 things that make up everything in all of the digital world. All right, the song you're listening to now is Anti-Disestablishmentarianistically. What the fuck? Anti-disestablishmentarianismistically. That's a long friggin' word. It means not for the separation of church and state, meaning you want to teach about religions in school. And I just say teach them all and let them pick. Teach them all deep, and with deep knowledge and deep understanding, teach all the religions. Get a preacher in there for a week, you know, in 9th grade, and a week in 10th grade, and then skip 11th and do a week in 12th grade. As mandatory as sex education is learning about all the different religions. What do you guys think? Good idea? I totally freaking think so. Look at this, you guys. Son Jimmy made it. Googles. See, there's that little pause between tracks. That's new to me. Wrote this song Valentine's, 2004. Re-recorded all the parts except the vocals in 2009. Oh, and the guitar solo. Then added the guitar solo and the vocals in 2011. The song has been called Bouncing Emotion, Missing the Kissing originally, Bouncing Emotion for the second iteration, but now it's called Miss Me, Do Not Lie. My form is old, I want to be romantic again. I want to kiss some lips again. I want to be romantic again. I want to kiss some lips again. Tell me you love me. Do not lie. Share all your sorrows. Help me to feel happy as I cry. Hold me forever, deep inside. Bouncing emotion covers my dream. I wind my heart, still hoping she'll see. Not so apparent, but eager to hold. My feelings are free, but my form is old. I wish I had this without the lyrics. It's somewhere on a hard drive that needs to be recovered for a few $100. Who knows? I have two hard drives that are duplicates of each other, that both got a weight dropped on them, that I've kept for years, that I could send both of them to a duplication and recovery company, and they gotta get some music off that. Will I ever do it? I mean, I remember most of the music, so I could just re-record it. Crazy. There it is. What you got, Chris? Quesadillas. These drums were recorded the same 2 days as the drums in the last song you heard. Recorded this song, the drums to like 20 songs in a 3-day period that I knew like the back of my hand. Only added guitar and bass, like 5 of them. Wish I had those raw drums, guys. This one's mixed with a egg shaker. You know how long it took to get a full good egg shaker track for that chorus? Oh my God. If there's a more difficult thing in the world, I don't know what it is. Alright, you guys. I promised myself I'd make a short blog, and I'm going to do that. So I hope everybody enjoyed me playing some of my tunes and coming out here on Thanksgiving Day. Spend 20 minutes with you guys, telling you guys how much I totally fucking love each and every one of you. I'm not going to go through the list of names of everybody that follows me, because that's going to take me forever. I can't even go through the list of people who liked my songs in the last week. Yeah, impossible. One thing I will do is I'll make sure that this blog gets all the way through the guitar solo and the cool like guitar harmony thing that I do in this track. What will I do until then? Well, it's not as cool unless I have these on. I'm trying to get a real good cover shot. You think I got a good cover shot? You guys are like, you should have used that one. Oh, the one hat was great. Oh, it should have been the horns. You guys, this is the solo. I used to play this shit in my bedroom for like a year straight. My roommate was like, "Ah, can you stop playing that solo?" I can't even fucking remember it anymore. Dude, I used to play this song first at every guitar. At every time I picked up my guitar, I'd play this. I'd play this song and for like 2 years every time I picked up the guitar. And it's funny because right before it, there was another one I had done for like a year and a half. And it was an instrumental. At least this one had some lyrics. Whoa! Ditched my friends. I wasn't gonna leave you that fast. I'm back. Just for one more track. So, I'll tell you about something I used to do back in the day to promote my bands that I wish I got back into, and I just need to get a couple things that I can. It'll be a fun thing to do on the show and to hand out to people. I just got to get back into it. This here is just an example, and it's not a good one. This is the first hat I ever did, and we eventually ended up silk screening a piece of material and then sewing that to the hats, or patching that to the hats with glue, because as you can see, it's really hard to silk screen on a surface. But idiot arson, no, kill the corporation. This is the very, very, very first attempt, and I kept it as a memento. I don't ever want this one to go anywhere, but I probably have about, I'd probably say 20 people have this hat somewhere, and or had this hat somewhere at some point, and maybe no longer do. I do know a few people that still have it. There is another identical orange one just like this, and the N is perfect. Wish I had that one. Whatever. So this song is called Ditched by Friends. As a kid, I was ditched by friends a lot. Then usually if I caught back up with them, they beat me up or something. So I found out usually when they ditched you, it just meant to just go home, play with Legos, Eventually playing with Legos became listening to music and play with Legos. And listening to music after I saw somebody play the guitar became listening to music and all the different things in the music that make it. Listening to all the parts that make a Prince song or a Talking Heads song or a Crash Test Dummy song or a Metallica song while sitting there assembling Legos and thinking about all the ways those things go together and just thinking about different ways you could put songs together. You could put this and that together. Just sitting there playing with the Legos and listening to music, I invented half of the ideas and material that I go to and the ways that I go to, the formulas that I go to creatively changing music, I created right there in the Lego world. And I still think about building Legos when I think about building a song. It doesn't have to be formulaic. It could be weird, it could be trippy. Now, that doesn't matter because I constantly rely on formula because I'm so mathematical. And I go A, B, A, B, C, C, A, B, B, A, D, A, C, C, A, B, A, B. Instead of being like A and a half, B, B, C, and blending things over each other, which I try to get better at. Making all the parts work over each other and blend in different rounds and different ways. Anyways, Ditched by Friends, another one of those soft ballad type songs that is played on the guitar and bass. It has electronic drums, but it's real bass and guitar. And it's one of those ones that you could really dig a solo in on top of it, or you could rap on top of it, or you could do vocals, or you could just burp like Grandpa Rick, whatever the fuck. Anyways, you guys, I do love you all. That is IdiOtBlog 278. We are Thanksgiving.